Good afternoon. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. What better than a little Super Bowl warm-up than a scrimmage between the Eden Prairie Eagles and the White team from Edina. A rematch from a couple of weeks ago where the Edina White team had the best of our Eden Prairie team. So what better way to do that than come back and have a grudge match here? Double or nothing. Eden Prairie versus Edina White coming up shortly. Off a tough loss the other night from against Minnetonka. The boys played really well. Probably took a few too many penalties and hard to come back when you're fighting 4v5 for the amount of time that we did, especially against a team with that level of skill and depth. So today won't be any easier, as this White team has been improving all season, and we would expect on their home turf a hard game. But if the boys play like they played the other night, anything can happen. I'm confident they don't want to go 0-4 against the Edina teams this season. So I would imagine that they are pumped and ready to go, and hopefully have a memory that dates back to when they probably didn't play their best against a pretty good Edina team. So today, officially in a scrimmage, not an actual game, but we do have refs, and we got a scoreboard. So everything but the actual game classification. So we are ready to rock and roll. Got that front line out there, BERG, WANKUS, that's been playing really well, Rink and Dean Unke in the back. And we will see how this shapes up. Eden Prairie able to prevent an attack right out of the gate from Edina. BERG brings it back up ice. Shot! Oh, and a kind of a spin around backhand from Leo. Sorry, I was distracted there for a second. And now back up ice again comes Edina. And that gets poked away on a good poke check by Dean, and now backhanded. A little bit light on the backhand from Leo over to Mason, and quickly Edina able to recover and march it back up ice again. We get an offside on Edina in the first minute, and Edina will get a new fresh set of players on the ice. Eden Prairie will change out as well. So off the draw, back to Tristan Sarazine. Puck now flicked out of play by Eden Prairie, and we'll reset again just north of the blue line in the Eden Prairie side of the rink. Olympics have started. Anybody watching the Olympics? Saw Lindsey Vaughn go down in a blaze of glory today. You know, probably not the best idea to lace them up when you've got a torn ACL to go down at 80 miles per hour down a mountain of ice, but what do I know? So her Olympics are done. Last I heard, she's stable in the hospital in Cortina. Christian all the way around, fires one in there. Ooh, almost snuck it in. But Edina able to just plug that hole there, right between the pipe and the pads. And Eden Prairie will restart again down on the left wing dot. Strube off of the face-off. Flings it over to Pravatsky, back to Strube again. Strube now fighting off 2 Hornets. Pravatsky now picks up, shot out to the point, or out to the slot to Heller. Puck is still loose, and Edina able to peel it away. And now they move back up ice again. Rink pushes him wide. Rink gets beat, shot, and a save by Volk. As Rink got beat on the outside. BERG wins the face-off, slaps it over, gets his own rebound, now forces it up ice on the left side to Dahl. Dahl gets pinned into the near side boards, and Edina able to capture that turnover. Now Sarrazin back in his own slot there, pushes it up near side to Dahl, looking for it. And Dahl picks it back up as the puck made it through a couple different players' sticks. Now Dahl dumps it. BERG and WANKUS go chase after it over on the far side. Puck up along the far side, and Edina able to bust it loose again. Nice pass up to the blue. Shot, and just deflected just wide right of the net. Zentle off the bench, flies in there and gets a shot off on net. Now Dahl chases it over to the near side, tries to clear it out. Zentle holds it for Edina, slings it back along the far side. Christian picks it up over on the far side. Now WANKUS runs into a Hornet, and we're going to get a penalty on Eden Prairie there. Looks like WANKUS is going to get his own penalty as Zentle chases up along the near side, tries to backhand it out. And there we go, we're going to get a penalty there. And Mason will find his way to the penalty box. And so Eden Prairie, with 9:13 left in the first, will go on their first penalty kill of the game for 1:30. Back to the point. Edina fires one way wide left. Rink now backhand clears out the zone. Back to neutral. Edina forced to regroup. Whoa, and we're going to get another penalty on Stubbs as he just wheelbarrowed a guy right at center ice. And now Eden Prairie going to go 5-on-3, or down 5-on-3 for at least 1:10, as he pretty much stuck a stick in his front wheel, front spokes, and that's all she wrote. That's a penalty. So now EP got their work cut out for them. 5-on-3. And Rink turns around off the draw and chugs one down ice. And that's going to be an icing on EP as the Hornet had his afterburners on, trying to chase out against that puck and catch up to it. So we will have a minute on the 5-on-3, and there goes Leo icing it as well. And that took 7 seconds off. And get another whistle. A puck cascaded its way into Asa's glove. Now Rink again, off the draw, again, banks one up ice, clears the zone. That one doesn't have enough. We're going to play that one. As Carey for Edina picks it up, now marches it back up ice again. Leo takes a stab at it, 3-on-2. Carey stops over to the far side, tries to one-time it, and Edina can't quite do that. 27 seconds left on the 5-on-3. As Rink goes down, just covers it up. Now Edina breaks loose, comes back out, centers one, across the crease, 17 seconds left. Now Rink again pushes over into the boards. As he rides a guy over off behind the net. And now look out, backdoor pass, back over again. And Leo now able to pop it loose. 3 seconds left on the 5-on-3, and Leo marches it back up ice again. And that does it, 18 seconds left on the 5-on-4. As Eden Prairie able to clear one penalty out. 12 seconds left. Sauer now again, shot, score. And I don't think Leo ever saw that one. And Edina puts their first one on with 8 seconds left in the power play. Good effort by Eden Prairie. They just couldn't hang on the whole length of time. And a good shot by Edina. Now Pravatsky centers it back out to Heller. Heller backhanded it back to Pravatsky again. He almost had a look, but he didn't. And now Edina now back up ice again. Heller pokes at it. Strube pokes at it. Now Christian chases it down far side over to Sarrazine. Sarrazine picks it up. Puck back, bounces back out in front of Asa. And Dillon's there to pop it back up ice again. Pass behind Strube. Edina's able to pick it up. Shot, score. Edina gets their second. Oh, Charlie's going to get a trip now.
Give him a chance! Terrible!
As the Eden Prairie fans don't like that call. It looked like a trip to me. So EP now again on another penalty kill. Technically their third of the game. And EP tries to slap it up out of the zone. Edina is able to hold it. Back out. And there we go. Now it's a foot race. And the puck back into the Edina zone. Now they turn around, curl it back up the ice again. Zentle again likes coming up on the near side. And Unke picks it up and slaps it back out to center. And that'll be an ice on Eden Prairie with 59 seconds left on the rink penalty. Dillon pushes it out, punches it out to center ice. Edina curls back around, tries to regroup. They bring it back into the Eden Prairie zone. Curl to the near side, gets it poked away by Sarrazine again. 39 seconds left. Background shot, and it's saved by Asa. And BERG intercepts. Now he brings it back up. Enters into the Edina zone, curls it down to the near side. Looking for WANKUS in the crease and blocked by one of the Edina players. Now back again behind the net. BERG picks it back up, centers it back out. Mason was coming his direction. And again, there he works it from behind. 8 seconds left on the power play. Sarrazine fires one in there off the skate of a Hornet. And now Edina back up, splits the D. And Dillon on the back check there, catching back up again. Eden Prairie back to full strength as they kill that penalty. Dahl comes back on the ice. Sarrazin from behind. Back up to Dahl. Dahl tries to punch it out to BERG. BERG misses. Now Edina under no pressure here. As they pull it out to the slot, shot by Carey. Now look for the backhand. As Asa really far over on the right side, he's able to cover it with 4:29. Unke picks it up from behind his own net. He was looking for Pravatsky, nothing available there. Back to Rink. Now Rink curls back around behind his own net, trying to clear it out. He's able to move it up to Strube. Now Strube goes through a couple gears there, and he gets tipped over at the blue line. Now Strube, there he goes, gets in there, fights it up. Rink pinches, and now Edina back on the race again. Unke feeling good after the ankle sprain about a week and a half ago. Sends it over to Pravatsky's direction. Down on the near side. Strube now picks it back up, looking back over to Heller. Heller now just sends it out, intercepted by Edina, as Heller was just looking to clear the zone. And we're going to get another penalty on Unke, as he cheerfully brings himself over to the penalty box. So Eden Prairie again fighting the penalties here early in the first period, or throughout the first period. As good news, this isn't an actual district game, so it won't go against their fair play points. But EP finds themselves on another penalty kill. Leo working his way up ice, drops it into the Edina zone. Now WANKUS over on the pursuit on the far side, as Edina tries to bring it back up ice again. Sarrazin there, defender of last resort, back up to Dillon. Now Dillon brings it into the Edina zone over on the far side. Fakes, looking for BERG. Now BERG picks it up as he offered some support. And Edina now back up ice again. Into the EP zone. Christian pokes the puck off. Now back over into the slot, as Sarrazin able to pop it up to WANKUS. WANKUS to Stubbs. Stubbs on the near side, back around. Oh, it just cleared the net. He was actually looking to backhand that over to WANKUS, but he almost scored instead. Back to Stubbs again on the near side. Sauer from Edina tries to bring it across the blue line. They go offside with 2:09 left and 13 seconds on the Unke penalty. And offside again, 7 seconds left on the Edina power play. Edina pushes it back to their D. Now D bringing it back up ice again. Edina brings it into the slot, gets poked off by Decker Stubbs. And Eden Prairie again, full strength. Rink picks it up back in his zone, tries to send it up ice. He was looking for Richards, and now Stubbs picks it up at the red line. He curls to the center. He tries to fire one in there off the shin pads of a Hornet. Now Hornets back up ice again. They enter the zone with speed, shot, save, goal, right over Ace's shoulder. Pravatsky centering out front. Looking for Stube. Heller there slapping at it. Pravatsky back in again. Keeps it alive. He gets popped away. And finally we're going to get a penalty on Edina. As these refs definitely have their whistles in their lips today. So we're going to get a roughing on Edina. So finally Eden Prairie gets a chance to get on a power play of their own. Chip back to Christian. Christian to WANKUS. WANKUS fires one in there to BERG. And save and cover by Edina. Back to the point. Christian back to Rink. Rink. Oh, he was looking for WANKUS charging. Just a little bit behind. Now BERG back to WANKUS. WANKUS fires a shot from 90 degrees and scores. With 42 seconds left, Eden Prairie gets one of their own on the help me power play and penalty. And they cinch it back up to 2. See if we can get another one here before the end. Christian up the boards, back into Edina territory. Eden Prairie curls back around. Now sends it back to Sarrazine at the point. Sarrazine fires one in there off the skates. Christian tries to fire one off. And Edina sends it back up. 20 seconds left to go in the first. Shot on net by Edina. 7 seconds left. That'll do it for the first period, it looks like. As Eden Prairie down 2 after the first. I'd like to get a big plug in for the heating company Solaronics. Let me tell you, these suckers are on, and it is a high sunscreen day here at Braemar Arena, as the Solaronics infrared heaters are pumping out BTUs today. You know, these Edina folks, they are not afraid to spend money on heating, because it might be about 135 degrees where I'm standing right now, with beads of sweat coming off my forehead. No, I'm not nervous. But we have a massive global warming issue going on here at the East Rink at Braemar. So good on to you, Solaronics, for creating a product that will microwave everybody that attends a hockey game. All right, back at it again. Strube on the march, sends one right into a Hornet's chest. And let's see what words of wisdom Bianchi gave to the boys in black here this afternoon between periods. Fowler picks it up off the boards. He now dumps it down into the Edina zone, sends it across ice over to Pravatsky. Pravatsky brings it back over to the near side. As we just have a little congregating going on here. Now back to Rink. Rink sends it over to Unke. Unke drops it in. As Rink and Unke go off, Christian and Sarazine come on for the Eagles. And Christian from behind his own net up to WANKUS. WANKUS chops it over to Strube. Strube now brings it up ice. He loses it just as he's entering. Everybody pauses, redo, start that one again. Fires one wide left. And Edina now chops it back up out of their zone, and we get an offside as Strube sends one in while we are still in the zone. Carey for the Hornets, enters with speed, drops it in, fires one off the net. And Sarazine able to pick it back up. He's looking back up ice, looking for some options. He had WANKUS breaking loose there. And now Mason fires one in there wide right. But Eden Prairie able to hold over on the far side as Sarazine now sends one on net. Carey picks it up in his skates, backhands it back up ice again. Sarazine able to hold it, banks it off over to Dahl. Dahl tries to send it out to the dot to BERG. And it comes back, hold it, there we go. Whoa, that was pretty close. That was pretty close, and EP goes off sides as Sarazine dumped it back in. Unke sends it in behind the net to Edina over on the near side. WANKUS picks it up in the near side corner. It gets popped back out. Rink tries to hold it. He's able to. And Rink tries to hold it again. Puck back, bounces off at a Hornet, and or not, bounces off Dahl that goes off sides again on Eden Prairie. Puck off the draw, meanders into the Edina zone. Eden Prairie picks it up down low in the corner. There it is, Heller out front, and he can't connect. Back out to the point to Unke. Unke slings it back around to the near side. Back out to Rink. Rink looking, firing in there, and goes a little bit off his stick as he couldn't hold on to it. And now Edina back up ice again. Poke check once by Unke, tries to hold it. Stubbs now slaps at it. As Crosby Richards comes in, we get a whistle behind the play. And Unke gonna go to the bench. Sorry, you don't have any instant replay on that one. You'll have to look up the live barn feed. So Edina going to get a chance to go up on their, probably, I don't know, what is this, their fifth or sixth power play with 9:30 on the clock in the second period. Oh, wide open back on the point, shot off the pipe by Zentle. Boy, he had that one wide open. Now BERG over on the far side. Rink now chops one away. Good play by Rink. And now BERG banks it up off the boards back to neutral ice. And Edina curls back around again. Rink pushes him to the center. Dillon off. And shot over the top of the net from a 90-degree angle. Now Rink chops in over on the near far side. Look out, backdoor shot, score. As again, what was hurting the other night against Minnetonka, hurting again this afternoon with just a lot of penalties here. Christian tries to send it back up ice. He gets it deflected by Edina. No, now far side. Stubbs chasing over onto the far side, sends it back to the near side in the Eden Prairie zone. Christian now sends one, tries to clear it up, chop it up a little bit further, hung up at the near side hash marks. Now Eden Prairie brings it back up into the Edina zone. Edina able to peel one off again and just push them into the boards, and now the puck back up ice again. Christian there, last defense, and Edina goes off sides as Dylan just crunched one backhand to clear it out. So 7:42 left, 4-1 in favor of Edina. Eden Prairie needs to find a little bit of energy. Unky to Rink, Rink up to Heller. Rink now looking for Strube out of the scrum, puck back out to neutral ice. And offside's waved off, shot again, it's off of Ace's chest. Now Unky sends one back up ice going along the far side. Provatsky chips at it. Now Rink retrieves it again from behind his own net. He gets it popped away. Get up, get up, get up. And Strube able to pick it up near the slot. And now Provatsky on the march. Provatsky dumps it. Strube chases it down low. Rink picks it up over on the near side, chases down. And puck back over on the far side. Provatsky picks it up, slings it back down again. Eagles just chasing the puck right now. As Rink pinches in again along the near side hash marks. Carey shot off the face mask. Oh, another backhand, another backdoor attempt. Rink there defends that one. Rink again, putting the pressure on. Shot, glove save by Volk with 5:52 left in the second. BERG from behind his own net sends it far side to the far side corner. Back again, offering support. Sarazine now picks it up, gets it pulled away by Edina. Edina fans looking for a trip there. No call. Shot from the point, wide left. Sarazine again. Looking up ice. Dad yelling him to move it out. And Edina back on the march again. And attacking behind everybody and through everybody. Asa with a save. Now BERG again tries to stick handle through, back up and out of his zone. And Edina able to chop it away. Now Sarazine again stops, curls it back around. Good forecheck by Edina there as they just keep the pressure on. Christian now able to send it back up. Hits WANKUS. WANKUS tries to chip it a little bit further, gets it back out to neutral ice. And shot on Dylan, able to block it with his body. And we are going to get a penalty on Edina. So EP able to hopefully claw one back here with 4:07 left in the second on an Edina penalty. So they'll be on a power play for 1:30. Puck back to the point. Christian dumps it in wide right. And Rink there, able to use some of his baseball skills. He dumps it back in behind the net. Now Christian holds it. Stubbs battles for it over on the near side. And Edina able to pull it out. Dylan, backhand over to Rink. Rink looking back for Christian again. Christian catches an edge. Now Stubbs brings it up ice. Sends it back out to center to Pravatsky. Pravatsky got a lane. Puck is bouncing. Back to the point to Christian again. Christian got a seam. Bouncing shot. Pad deflection rebound. 33 seconds left in the power play. And Christian gathers it back up, back in his zone, over to the near side, cross ice. And Eden Prairie now sends it back to center again. Rink almost able to hold it with 16 seconds on the power play. Eden Prairie not able to get anything really moving on this Edina penalty. Off the draw, we get an ice on Edina with 2:47. Off the draw, shot from Richards. No, I'm sorry, that was Dahl. Now BERG fights for it. 3 seconds left on the Edina penalty. BERG chases it over back to Unke at the center. Fires one off right into an Edina player. And Rink sees that the coast is not clear. Now he curls around, dumps it in with 2:24 left. Everybody back 5-on-5 again. As Edina back up ice. Unke over to the far side, drives him into the far side corner. Edina holds it, sends it into the slot. Christian there, bats it away. Now Unke up to WANKUS. WANKUS wasn't ready. Passing, leaving something to be desired here by the Eagles. Shot, and Asa with a save, dropped it and cover. Christian finesses it up to Heller. Heller gets it poked away. Back to Christian again. Now Christian enters the zone. He curls wide right. Gets it poked away at the right wing dot. Now he sends it behind the net. Pravatsky on the chase. Over to Sarazine. Sarazine has it bounced over his stick. Now backhands it over to Strube. Strube tries to send it up ice. Off of a Hornet player's pads. And now we find ourselves down in the far side corner. Sarazine, good physical body play there. Look out on the corner. Oh, it's shot! And over the top of the net, deflected by Asa. Now Heller back out. We're going to get a penalty here on Edina again. So the first period was Eden Prairie's chance to sit in the penalty box. Second period has been a story of Edina's penalties. Although Eden Prairie not as successful on the power play as Edina has been so far today. So 56 seconds left to go in the second. Edina leads 4-1. Let's see if we can get one here at the end to come back within 2 going into the third. Now WANKUS back out. Oh, looking for Dahl. Dahl, strike one. Now Edina sends one up. Christian picks it up over on the far side, back up to Dahl. Dahl sends it up ice. Edina sends it back down. Rink chases it. Now Christian picks it up, banks it over to Charlie. Charlie now looking up ice again. Comes back out to center. Now Dahl tries to fend for it, punch it forward again. Rink now over on the far side. Rink flirting with disaster there. Puck loose in front of the crease. WANKUS there to picks it back up again. End of 2. 35 seconds left on the power play, and we'll go to the third period. Okay, here we are again, 4-1. Eden Prairie, 35 seconds left on the one-man advantage here, starting the third. We need to have a third period of all third periods here. Now Eden Prairie, or Edina back up by us, curls around to the far side, gets stopped, and now Dahl and Leo, back to Dahl, shot, score! And Eden Prairie starts this third off with a goal to close it within 2 again. Beautiful play, Dahl to Leo, back to Dahl again. As this line keeps on marching as our leading scoring line here in the second half of the season. Now Eden Prairie again back to 2 as they get one on that power play. Volk covers it. Now we want to make sure we can get all the time in here. As it appears we're on running time. Any day now. Here we go. Now Stubbs from behind the net. Looking back up ice again. Hard to skate it all the way through, everybody. He's able to maintain control. Now dumps it down to the near side corner. And Edina curls around. Now looking back up ice again. Eden Prairie, they get a couple players to change, and they dump it back down to the Edina zone. Crosby Richards on the march. Now behind the net. And Christian goes after the loose puck back in his own zone. Backhands it over to Dean. Dean now looking up ice for Stubbs. And Edina able to stop the Eden Prairie progress here in the neutral zone. Now Unke, he was looking for Heller again. That was intercepted by Heltney from Edina. Heltney able to still get it out in front through the slot. Now Heller looking back up ice again, over to Pravatsky. Strub. Now Pravatsky able to hold. Now it comes back out. Sarazine unable to hold it. Now we got one-on-one. And Edina sends a waffler into Volt. 10:45 left to go, running time here. Down 2. Sarazine backhand over to Christian. Christian back up to Heller. Edina tries to hold it in. They can't. Offside. And the more offsides we have, the better off it is for Edina, as they can just run the clock out. Sarazine back over to Christian again. Christian looking for Heller. They're able to clear it. Now Strub charges in, tries to pick it up. Edina able to keep it alive or send it back down into their zone. Christian now on the near side, looking for Strub again. Pass intercepted by Edina. Christian pops it loose again. Now chases it, or Sarazine chases it. Back over to Christian. Christian up to Heller. Now Strub able to connect with it. He brings it up. He's got Pravatsky to his left. Sends one wide right. Back to Pravatsky. Pravatsky sends it down behind the Edina net. Edina sends it over to the far side. Christian there holds it over on the far side. Now he's looking for Unke. Nope. He turns back around again. He's got WANKUS and Dahl sitting out front. Oh, sends one in just off the pipe and bounced funny. Now Strub charges up, good back check. Dillon gets back, and he pokes one away again. Sends one over to Unke. Cross ice, Unke with no stick on the ice. Zentle comes back again. He's fast shot, wide left. 8:28 remaining. Now Rink backhands it up to WANKUS. WANKUS sends it out, looking for BERG. And they can't connect. Now Edina looking to center again. And Rink able to pop it loose. Now Rink back up ice. He takes it wide to left, right. He sends it back again, tries to drop it off. Nobody there to receive it, however. That was interesting. I guess BERG was there, kind of in the vicinity. But Edina now, we do a lap of the rink here. Now we're coming back again. And Edina got a seam shot. Big rebound. And Eden Prairie just cannot get a puck on their stick today. As the puck back out again into the crease. 7:38 left. Dahl now over on the near side. BERG there helping out. Puck back to the top of the slot again. A little pass. Finesse. And a pass there, look out. Edina getting all sorts of opportunities there. Puck is still loose. We get a Edina broken stick, and we get WANKUS going off. He got slapped pretty hard with the broken stick, and 7:03 left. So Eden Prairie needs to find a lot of inspiration and speed here going into the second half of the third period. As they can just kind of rope-a-dope it. Ooh, that was close. As Edina just deflected it slightly, caught the toe of the pad on Ace's right pad. Otherwise, that was 5-3. That would have been the dagger, I believe. Christian now again tries to find his compadre up there, but Edina just everywhere you want to be. They're like an American Express commercial. Back up to Richards. Edina holds it, sends it back in. Now we get an offside on Edina. 5:57 left. Sarazine finds Heller over on the far side. Now Pravatsky trails, and Heller goes down, and Edina picks up the loose puck. Shot and goal on the rebound, and that is going to do it, I think. As Edina on the rebound scores their fifth. As they also lead shots 25-11. Shots were pretty close. Now Rink sends one up clears the zone. Edina now curls back around, sends it back down to the Eden Prairie zone. Unke backs it to Rink. Rink again just sends it up ice. No urgency on this line here for Eden Prairie to drive it forward. 4:11 left, still clock is ticking. Now Berg back to Unke. Unke curls around, backhands up to WANKUS, now Berg. And they get it poked away again. Rink charges and pokes it. Offside again. Offside is good for Edina here. They just clock keeps ticking away. Edina again pulls it from back behind the net, sends it back out to the point. Now Edina unable to hold. WANKUS puts some pressure on. Berg intercepts. Now Berg breaks free a little bit. Shot, score! Leo Berg being swarmed by 3 Bs. now that we've established it's a scrimmage and not a D6 game, everybody feels a little bit better. And we got to get a penalty on Eden Prairie here. Yeah, well, if this was a game, fair play points would have been gone a long time ago. So as we enter the final chapter of this game, shots 26-12 in favor of the Hornets. Eden Prairie cuts it to 2. Let's see if they can find something here in the last minute. Drew back up ice. Heller now cuts to the center. Strube again, just battling for it by himself. Now Christian, nice move by Christian. Oh, we're going to get a head-on collision there, and that's going to be a penalty on Eden Prairie as we got an extra man now as they've pulled Asa. 43 seconds left. Not really going to matter much here with 38 on the clock and ticking. So Eden Prairie now will have 6 on 4. Well, 6 on 5 here. 5 on 4. Shot by Dahl off the face-off. 19 seconds left. And puck goes out of play. That should be delay a game. That's going to do it. 7 seconds left. 1-0 buzzer. Time to go watch the Super Bowl. As EP falls in this scrimmage, a rematch against Edina. And so that puts the total Eden Prairie record against Edina this year so far at 0-4. 0-4. So, maybe we'll see him again in Fargo. Who knows? We would certainly like to come away with at least one victory here. This season. Mr. Dubnik for Edina giving all the handshakes as well. So that'll do it. What do we got coming up this week? What do we got? When do we play Bloomington? Wednesday? We got Bloomington on Wednesday at Bloomington at Big. So our debut at the new Big rink. So until then, enjoy the Super Bowl. Looks like Seattle's going to win. I've got it. Score 28-19 is my prediction. So until Wednesday. Ooh, it's actually on Sunday next week. Never mind. So no Wednesday, so Sunday at Big. So we got a whole week. So until then, have a good week.